Before the village, before the queen shows and Juve, St. Croix had something deeper. It was called Old Time Festival, a Christmas tradition born from resistance and joy, woven by the hands of the Crucian people. Back in the 1800s, during Danish rule, enslaved Africans were given just 3 days off for Christmas. They used that time not for rest, but for celebration. They played drums, sang, and masked, moving from house to house in disguise, chipping behind scratch bands, exchanging performances for spare change, rum, and guava berry. It was a fusion of African spirit and European customs, a masquerading tradition entirely its own. But by the 1940s, masquerading had disappeared. Then, in 1952, something changed. Former delegate to Congress, Ron DeLugu, called for a revival of festival traditions across the Virgin Islands. St. Thomas answered first, holding their carnival on Labor Day. But St. Croix waited, choosing to root their revival in the traditional masquerading days around Christmas. With the leadership of Miss Hilda England, Miss Anna Broadhurst, and the St. Croix Women's League, a week-long old-time Christmas festival was planned, doubling as a welcome home for the boys returning from the Korean War. In Christiansted, Christmas trees were raised in Gallows Bay, Wata Gut, Sunday Market, Free Gut, on the wharf, and at the Bassin Triangle. In Frederiksted, school children peeled the labels off cans, stringing them together into the shimmering garlands that caught the light and made the streets glow silver. Then, at 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve, church bells rang across the island. That was a signal. The festival had begun. Christmas Day was set aside for caroling and worshiping, but Christmas' second day was the return of the masqueraders. Colorful characters, mokojumbis, wild Indians, and scratch bands dancing through the streets. That night, both towns hosted the lighting of their public Christmas trees, followed by glowing lantern tramps and music that lasted well into the night. On the fourth night of the festival, Mr. Monroe Clendenin served as the first ever Grand Marshal leading the parade in Christiansted. The Frederiksted parade followed on New Year's Day. Rounding out the week were more lantern tramps, ball games, quadrille, and lancers dances, and a concert on the wharf by the Mota Brothers Orchestra featuring local musicians who had also played at the first revived carnival in St. Thomas. That year's festival theme, Kil Ting Papi, which simply means have a good time. And that's exactly what they did. Every corner of the island felt alive again. The 1952 Old Time Christmas Festival became the heartbeat of a new Crucian tradition, what we now know as the Crucian Christmas Festival.